This is my last video for this year. Since there isn't anything I could show you to make this a review, I did a bench update. My plans for next year will be the main topic, but there are more things I'd like to talk about. Let's start with the 3rd anniversary and the numbers of subscribers I was able to win. In November 2015, I finally realized that there are modeling channels on YouTube. That was the end of my longest break ever. It made me get back at the bench and I regained my joy of modeling. I want to thank all of you whose videos fired my mojo back then, for the time being and in the future. In these 3 years I only finished 2 dies but started a bunch of projects. Finishing them will be the major task for 2019. These years changed my approach to the hobby in many aspects. Doing videos on my work is the most obvious one. Before that I didn't know many fellow modelers and nobody ever saw what I did. Now that I know many modelers, there's more mojo, more learning and less danger of quitting again. Before I started my own channel, I actually didn't like YouTube very much. The way some people comment on videos is offending and full of hatred. I realized very soon that these comments can hardly be found in the modeling community. Most comments are supportive, and so I changed my mind on this platform. I don't know what to say about the number of subscribers I won in those years. When I started, I never expected to win more than 200 or 250 subs. This is a small community, but there are so many real great channels with high quality videos. Again, thank you very much for subscribing to my channel and supporting me over those 3 years. Only you know what you like about my videos. I don't do live videos because I hate the thought that you probably can't see what I'm doing. I can't concentrate on my work and talk at the same time, and it doesn't matter if I try to talk in German or English. I'd have to do voiceovers for those videos too, so I wouldn't win anything. I'll stick with my slideshows and will keep on working on the quality of the pics I use. In my opinion, pics can show more details and I actually prefer them. Would I win more subs if I did live videos or even live streams in the future? I don't know, but if this was the case, it couldn't be helped. There are things I can't change and there are things I don't want to change. It took me very long, but now I found my own style and I think that this is more important than anything else. The first person who should like a video is the person who did the video. I want to talk about my plans for next year now. After finishing the new die I announced recently, I want to get back at my older projects. The first one will be the Battle of Kursk body build Patrick Schaefer and I started in April 2016. The die I want to build for it needs long grass tufts and sunflowers. Many sunflowers. I started making the grass tufts and there are plans on how to deal with the flowers. I started my D-Day +2 project. Vidette is coming to town even before the Kursk build, but I decided to change a couple of things. This can't be done within days or weeks, so it'll be on my bench while I'm working on other projects. I'll purchase a new Centaur cruiser tank and build another Vidette. After looking at the first attempt, I found too many things I don't like, but there are reasons why I can't change them on this model. I'll also buy 1 or 2 new figure sets and I'll build a new wall. The figures you see here represent my skills between 2007 and 2009. The civilian figures for this die would look too different, and repainting the old ones isn't what I want to do. I'll keep them in the tank for later use. While moving places at the end of June, 2 or 3 dies were destroyed beyond repair. Since I really like those 2 pieces, I want to build them again. I'll purchase a new M3A1 white scout car, and this time I'll use a better kit. This one isn't perfect either, but it's a fantastic base for fixing the issues. I've got 5 different Willis Jeeps in my stash, and I'll probably use the Tamiya one. If I should change my mind, I'll use one of the artillery kits in my stash. Next year could have been titled the Hobby Bus year if the Katyusha I need for my new Babietta Dio was a Hobby Bus kit as I thought it was. It's an ICM kit, it's the correct truck, and it'll be more fun to build because it's a new kit with more details. Then there are my 2 entries for the long finished Marcus build. I had too many ongoing projects on the group that was on, and I didn't have the space for working on them at the same time. This is why I'm so happy with the new hobby room. Working parallel on 3 or even 4 projects is no problem anymore. Then there's my entry for the Dead in the Tracks group build. I started assembling the Pack 40 and the figures, but that was it. It'll only be a small die, so I guess it won't take too long to build it. Of course my Say Cheese die is also on the to-do list. I decided to buy another Opel Admiral stuff car and use it for the Dio. The one I started will be used for another Dio I'm planning to build in 2020. Then there's the M7 Priest body build with my good friend Bob Arnott. This is one that'll take a lot of time because of the very nice but also very fiddly Edward PE set and the free old tracks I bought for the old Artillery M7 kit. Since my girlfriend gave me a soldering station for my birthday this year, I'll solder PE parts when necessary. I guess it'll prove to be one of the most important tools I've got. My good friend Greg Riley invited me for a body build of the Trumpeter KV-8S, and although I never wanted to join group or body builds again, I couldn't resist. I've got the flamethrower tank in my stash for quite a while now, but I never got around to building it. I'll start building the Trumpeter 1963 Chevy Nova SS next year too. With all the goodies I received from Tom and Rick, this should be a real fun project. The only thing I'm really afraid of is the paint job. Cars aren't tanks, and doing an immaculate paint job with my airbrush is something I haven't mastered yet. I've got the IBG and the Thunder Models Camel Pioneer Heavy Breakdown Tractor in my stash. There are 2 dies I want to build for them. One will be a post-war die and incorporate the miniature tram car. The idea for the other one came from a training film on this camel I watched a while ago. The Tamiya Churchill I bought recently will be the second model on that Dio. Before I start working on those projects, I'll finally do the review on the Camel kits. There are many parts to compare, so I'll do the review in 2 episodes. There'll also be a review on the Churchill. Finally, I want to start building the Revell FW190 I received from Dennis. The kit came without decals, but I got them at an eBay auction. This will be my first aircraft build since 1978, and I'm scared to death. I really admire aircraft modelers for their precision and their painting skills. If I shouldn't start the kit, it'll be because I'm a coward. It appears to be too much to handle in 1 year, and maybe it really is. Nonetheless, I need to make plans in order to finish at least a couple of projects. I even forgot to mention the GMC fuel tanker conversion. This will be another kit I'll continue to work on. It's rather complicated, so I'll work on it whenever I wait for paint to dry or glue to cure. I also forgot to mention the old Tamiya GAZ I started to build in the first half of this year. It'll be added to the Curse die after the final reveal, since it didn't exist when the battle took place. I'll do more tutorials and there are many reviews that need to be done. Since I'm not rich, I'll try to think of a way to give the community stuff most of you can use. My first attempt was the PDF file with all Wehrmacht and Waffen-SS uniform insignia my subscribers can get from me. All you need to do is email me. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you got the presents you were wishing for. And now let's see what your plans are for next year.
That's all, folks.